The video is titled "A Message to America." It shows American journalist James Foley kneeling in the desert. His captor speaks with a British accent.
This is James Wright Foley, an American citizen of your country. As a government, you have been at the forefront of the aggression towards the Islamic State.
Seconds later, the murder takes place. The footage is too graphic to broadcast. Another American journalist captured in Syria, Stephen Sotlov, is then put in front of the camera.
The life of this American citizen, Obama, depends on your next decision.
40-year-old James Foley was kidnapped while on assignment in Syria for Global Post in November 2012. His mother said Wednesday that he gave his life trying to expose the world to the suffering of the Syrian people. The Islamic State holds several more hostages, says Shiraz Meher of the International Centre for the Study of Radicalisation at King's College London.
Another 3 American nationals and at least 2 British nationals as well. So it clearly holds a number of Westerners, but it holds other people from other European countries as well. It's not just journalists, it's aid workers that they've captured. So it does have a number of people who exist within this pool that they may use in the future.
British authorities are trying to identify the man who carried out the beheading. The incident is causing great alarm in London, says Meher.
We have likely a British citizen beheading an American citizen in a Syrian conflict. So when you put it together like that, it becomes very clear that there's going to be huge pressure in this country, but also across Europe, to try and identify and stop people who want to go out and participate in this conflict.
British Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond is warning of the dangers the jihadists pose to the West.
There are significant numbers of British jihadists inside these organisations, learning skills, being brutalised, if you like, by their experiences in Iraq and Syria, many of whom will come back to the UK if they're able to at some point, and who pose a threat to us here.
Foreign and especially British jihadists fighting for the Islamic State have been responsible for some of the worst atrocities, says Shiraz Meher.
Earlier this year, British foreign fighters were involved with the execution of prisoners of war, members of the Syrian army that they had captured. At the end of last year, we had British suicide bombers in Aleppo.
The Islamic State says the killing was revenge for American airstrikes, which helped Kurdish and Iraqi forces retake the strategic Mosul dam this week. Analysts say the group's gruesome response is evidence that the US intervention is hurting the militants. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.